Hey guys. Okay, so what we are going to do is I'm going to start off and I'm going to do 3 examples with you on our systems of equations maze. If you do this maze correctly, you'll complete 13 problems. So I'm going to do 3 with you, so that's going to leave 10 on your own. You're going to try to do 5 today, 5 tomorrow after you watch the first 3 that we do. So once again, solving systems of equations, we're going to use the substitution method. So you're subbing in one variable for the other, and you need to do your work. Your answer should be in the pathway. We're going to start at the start box right here. Your work, I made a page on the next page, or I made a workspace page on the next page, or you can do it on loose leaf and just upload a picture. So if you take a look, our first question in our start box is this 5x. That shouldn't say equals 7, it should say plus 7. And we have y equals 2x plus 4. So the first thing you want to try to do is get your equation in either y equals form or x equals form. Okay, we have 2 y equals forms, so it doesn't matter which one we substitute in. So remember, substitution. I'm going to take this expression and substitute it in for y in this equation. Okay, so I'm going to basically replace that bottom y with 5x plus 7 and just rewrite the rest. Now the only variable you can solve for here is x. So we want to get our x's on the same side of the equal sign. You can bring 2x over here or 5x under here. I want to undo my 2x. This is a positive 2x, so I'm going to use my inverse operation and subtract 2x. I'm left with 3x plus 7 equals 4. Okay, now we're down to a basic 2-step equation. So I'm going to come over here, 3x plus 7 equals 4. My first inverse step, I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. Okay, remember, this is like your best friend. This is your next best friend. Okay, this friend, the 3 is attached to you. This person's next to you. To send them across to the other side of the world, or the equal sign, inverse. All right, last step is to divide by 3 on both sides. And I'm left with x equals negative 3 divided by 3 is negative 1. So you have one part to your solution. Remember, our solution is written as a coordinate point, x then y. All right, so we have an x, now we need a y. Pick one of your original equations, whichever one looks easier. Pick that one. Okay, I tend to pick the one that doesn't have a negative sign. I don't see any negatives. And then I pick the one with the smaller numbers. This one is a little bit smaller. So you need to write which equation you pick so that your reader or grader knows which one you chose. There is no wrong answer to that. You could pick the top one and you'd get the same answer as if you picked the bottom one. So I'm going to take my answer, my first part answer of x equals negative 1, and plug that in for x. So therefore, I can solve for y. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, plus 4 is 2. So my solution, the only coordinate point in which makes these equations true, is negative 1, 2. So you want to look at your box. We got negative 1, 2. And look at all of the boxes. So negative 1, 2. We're going to go down. We're not going to go that way. So here is now my second equation. So I'm going to copy my 2 equations. Now I have y equals all by itself in the front on both of these. So I'm going to plug this in. Okay, so 2x minus 13 equals negative 2x plus 23. Remember, I'm solving for x here. That's the only variable I can solve for. I want to get them on one side of the equal sign. So I'm going to undo the negative because the opposite of negative 2x is positive 2x. Those cancel and I'm left with, I'm going to bring this up here, 2x plus 2x is 4x minus 13 equals 23. And I'm down to a two-step equation. My first inverse step would be to add 13 on both sides to give me 36. Divide by 4 to give me x equals 9. So my coordinate point, my x value goes out in front, remember. So I have 9, comma, and now I need a y value. I'm going to plug it into one of my original equations. I'm going to pick the top one because that has a negative right there, and I don't want to work with a negative. Make it easier on yourself. Plugging in my first part, this is the easy part, is to do the second piece of just plugging in your original answer. That's the hardest part right there. Once you get past that, it's easy to plug in your answer here, and you guys are getting pretty good at that. So 9 times 2 is 18. 18 minus 13 is 5. So your solution for number 2, or the second question, is 9, 5. So I'm going to put my solution there. Be careful. This is -9, -5, so not going that direction. This is 9, -5, not going that direction. 9, 5, I'm going up here. Okay, so now I have my third one right here. So I'm going to copy down my equations. I have y equals -8x plus 2. And this one is not in y equals form. So for this one, I at least have one of my equations where y equals is all by itself. So I'm going to plug this in replacement of y into my other equation. So once I plug that in, whenever I get to y, I replace it or substitute it in. Now here, don't get tricked because there's nothing to distribute outside of the parentheses. So you really don't need the parentheses, or you can think of it as distributing a 1. When you multiply anything by 1, it doesn't change it. So I'm just going to combine my like terms. 8x plus -8x gives me 3x plus 2 equals 5. My first inverse step is to subtract 2 on both sides. So x equals 1. All right, so my coordinate, x is 1. Now I need a y. Which equation looks easier? This one already has y out in front all by itself, so I'm going to choose this one. And I'm going to plug in my 1. -8 times 1 is -8, plus 2 is -6. So my y is equal to -6. Okay, so what did I have? 1, -6. 1, -6. So I'm going to look for that answer off of the pathways in the box, and I'm going to go left. This one already has an equation with y equals. So you're substituting that in place of y and solving. So you're going to put that right in your answer choice box, or your workspace box 4. Okay, so I've done 3 with you. You guys have 10 left to do on your own. Like I said, after you've watched this video, I want you to try to get about 4 done today on your own, and then you could finish the last 6 tomorrow on your own. If you have any questions, please send me a message on GoGuardian, or I will be on our live chat as well. Have a great rest of your day.